наши гости, спортсмены, специалисты и, конечно, болельщики.
Vladimir Putin's lifestyle 2020. Individual who has more or less ruled a petroleum-rich nation for about 2 decades now, is likewise rumored to secretly have a net worth in excess of $200 billion. We are, of course, talking about Vladimir Putin. But is Putin actually the richest person in the world, or are these just rumors? One of the most talked about reasons behind this shady reputation is Putin's wealth. Even for a head of state, he appears to be seriously loaded. In today's video, let's find out the lifestyle of Vladimir Putin. Before we begin, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you will never miss any update. So without further ado, let's begin.
Special counsel has been appointed to investigate contacts between your government and the Trump campaign.
Introduction. Vladimir Putin is the second and fourth president of the Russian Federation. He is the former prime minister of Russia and former director of the KGB. And he's a well-known sports enthusiast and businessman, with an estimated net worth of $200 billion. Putin is reported to own luxury watches, a fleet of yachts, and multiple expensive properties, including a $1 billion palace. The Russian president does indulge in some displays of immense wealth. Putin was born in Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, in 1952. His parents were middle-class Russians, and Putin's official biography says that he had a normal life at a young age. Putin explains it as, "I come from an ordinary family, and this is how I lived for a long time, nearly my whole life. I lived as an average normal person, and I have always maintained that connection." Despite humble beginnings, he eventually went to law school and became an intelligence officer in the Russian military. He spent 16 years in the KGB and switched gears to politics in the early 90s. He went to Moscow in 1996 to work under President Boris Yeltsin. Putin himself was elected president in 2000 after taking over in 1999 following Yeltsin's resignation. To begin with, as you might imagine, being born in the Soviet Union in 1952, Putin didn't exactly start out life in the lap of luxury. In a bit of 1950s era role reversal, his father was a cook and his mother a factory worker. Putin himself would grow up to join the KGB in 1975, working a variety of positions with that institution over the years. While you might envision Hollywood spy-type scenarios were his daily life, in fact, according to journalist and biographer Masha Gessen, Putin and his colleagues were reduced mainly to collecting press clippings, thus contributing to the mountains of useless information produced by the KGB.
Обращает внимание на острые проблемы сегодняшнего дня, в том числе на проблемы экологии.
False accusations or true facts. The first rumor that Putin was using a government position to stash away quite a lot of money for his own personal gain came in the early 1990s, when he, in his then position as head of the Committee for External Relations at the mayor's office in St. Petersburg, allegedly helped broker a $93 million deal to acquire various food supplies for the city. In a nutshell, various companies were granted permits that would allow them to supply a huge amount of materials to foreign entities, and in exchange would be given an equivalent value back in foodstuffs, to then be used within the famished city. The thing was, as far as anyone can tell, while the companies did send out the materials, no foodstuffs came back in return. The matter was ultimately investigated by one Marina Saleh at the behest of the city council, with Saleh in turn claiming Putin's signature could be found authorizing the deals.
0,2 тысяч тонн. Молока сухого 2000 тонн. Значит, это фактически...
Power or money? How is Putin holding on to all that money? By maintaining power. He's held the Russian presidency for almost 2 decades now and is feared as one of the most powerful people in the world. He's been accused of murdering his political rivals and journalists, and of course, in sowing chaos in other countries. This heavy-handed approach has allowed him to keep earning and keep his revenue streams open, as most people aren't willing to tango with a man towing such a reputation.
Не так.
Why did you bother to hack the election then?
Мы не занимались никакими хакерскими.
Political career. From that 1992 political position, he worked his way up to becoming one of the trio of deputy prime ministers, and was known to be Boris Yeltsin's preferred successor, despite before this being a relative unknown among the wider public. Ultimately, he did indeed become president in 2000 after winning the majority vote. Once elected, Putin, like his predecessor, reported his finances and holdings publicly, including a salary and exact amount in his many bank accounts. He has continued to do so since. The result? Over the years, while his salary has changed regularly from year to year, he has made approximately $100,000 to $190,000 annually in that span. For example, in 2018, reporting an income of $135,000. Today, between his wife's and his own accounts, the couple seem to have a little over $500,000 in cash in various bank accounts. Though why he isn't investing this is rather curious, given his apparent lack of any other investments, and almost complete lack of actually needing any cash for his day-to-day life, given the government foots the bill for most everything.
Presented to him by Vladimir Putin, President of Russia.
Assets and real estate. It is thought that in total, Vladimir Putin has around 20 palaces and villas in his Russian empire. One of these that clearly stands out from the rest is an Italian-style palace nicknamed the Putin Palace. The whole project was top secret until it was completed, and the media were kept well away from the construction area. The whole site is estimated to be worth $1 billion and is around 750,000 square meters. It is thought to feature a casino, theater, amphitheater, church, swimming pools, sports grounds, helipads, 65 hectares of landscape gardens, tea houses, and staff quarters. While Putin has denied he owns the palace, investigations into the construction have dug up money trails leading back to the president. Putin gets the use of 20 presidential residences, including Constantine Palace, a Tsarist-era estate on the Gulf of Finland, restored at the cost of tens of millions of dollars, a ski lodge in the Caucasus Mountains, and a Gothic revival palace in the Moscow region. A little-known three-story residence near Saratov on the Volga River southeast of Moscow has German chandeliers and Italian furniture, and features a billiard room, a winter garden, a pool, and sauna. As president of Russia, Putin's official residence is the Moscow Kremlin. However, he spends most of his time at a suburban government residence outside the city called Novo Ogarevo. He has access to 20 different palaces and villas. Though Putin owns many homes, Villa Segrin stands alone as the most extravagant. That's no surprise, since it was built for a czar. But this place does just so happen to have 50 acres of land surrounding it.
Наши гости, спортсмены, специалисты и, конечно, болельщики.
What else? Putin is said to own a 3.5-ton limousine, which is an insane car, and is thought to be designed by Porsche, and features everything the American presidential limousines have. It features thick armor plating, bulletproof windows, bomb-proof exterior, onboard blood for the president, its own oxygen supply, and can even withstand chemical attack. The car is apparently kept in a secret location somewhere in the Kremlin, and has never been used or seen, as it's only for use during a severe emergency, like a nuclear or terrorist attack. Ferraris and Lamborghinis to vintage Bentleys, Putin's quite the car collector, and he owns about 700 of them. His preferred car for business is a $250,000 armored Mercedes S-Class. One of his planes was said to have an $11 million cabin fitted out by jewelers, and that toilet, which cost close to $100,000. This plane has room for up to 186 passengers. Putin is accused of owning 5 of these. Mi-8 Russian helicopters is one of the helicopters which he owns. Putin prefers flying in helicopters rather than driving in limos. He's not just any oil-rich guy, after all. His choppers, which are worth about $4 million, feature everything from massive televisions to mood lighting. He is the president, after all. To sum up, while given his lifestyle and various possessions, Putin most definitely does have access to quite a lot of wealth between the Russian government and a lot of friends in high and wealthy places. When talking his own assets, there simply isn't any real hard data to date backing up the claim that he is the wealthiest person in the world. And while not impossible certainly, it would be quite the hat trick to squirrel away a couple $100 billion without any world governments able to find hard evidence that he owns a dime of it. Of course, while some might argue access to vast sums should still count, access is not ownership, even if one can benefit from it on some level.
Your personal wealth clearer.
Во-первых, у меня нет такого богатства, о котором говорят.
Bottom line, ever wondered why Putin is so famous and powerful? Fun fact, Vladimir Putin has dominated the Russian political scene for more than a decade as president and prime minister of the country. Times Magazine named him Person of the Year in 2007, and Forbes ranked him the world's most powerful man from 2013 to 2016, 4 times in a row. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Also, hit the bell icon button so that you'll get a notification whenever we post a new video. Thank you for watching.